Molly Seeley of the Laundry Chat, and we're going to have a little coffee chat instead. I wanted to do this video as if we went on a coffee date and we're sitting across from each other and we're just catching up. Grab a cup of coffee, tea, Diet Coke. Yeah, let's just catch up and chat. I'm gonna have a couple questions of like what I would maybe ask a friend or what a friend might ask me. I'm just in a chatty mood. Let's jump in. It's gone pretty good. Work has been all right. A lot of you know that I work in social media and marketing. It gets long. The weekends are nice because I just get to take a break from social media for the most part. I try not to be on TikTok because our work has a TikTok, so I'm on that, but the weekends I try not to be. I am excited for the end of the year. I always like work when like you finish a year of work. It's like really nice. I feel like we've had a lot of busy weekends recently, and as the holidays come up, like the weekends just continually get packed. It's crazy how like all of a sudden you have like no weekends to schedule anything. It's been really fun making videos. I felt creative, or just like the need to create, almost like the courage to do it, which I don't always have. I've just been having this mentality of like, who cares? I've been trying to care less about what people think. And for October, actually, as if you've been watching the vlog, you know that I've been focusing on the verse, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men. Colossians 3:23. So that's been my verse for October. And I actually think that it's made a really big difference because I've created a lot of videos. I've been posting more. And I don't know. I just like think that like it's created this habit in my mind of like, okay, who cares what other people think? Like, it matters what God thinks. And I'm not doing this for likes or anything like that. So I feel like I'm kind of a broken record with this, but it's a strong, it's a strong, like stronghold in my mind that just has like needed to be broken. And I think this October, it's been really good with getting that like worn down. Simply just doing things and not overthinking it. That's been kind of fun this October. So yeah, it's been going pretty good. I kind of already was going into that, but October was pretty good. It was bad actually with finances. We spent so much money in October. If you're subscribed to the Laundry Chat emails, you would know, because in my lows of the week, literally almost every week this October, it's been about money and how much we've been spending. I haven't even bought like a single Christmas gift, so it's not that. There's just been extra stuff that has popped up and things that we've needed to buy, and I think we even like bought like a water pitcher. I don't know how, but so much stuff just got packed into October. Like our friend's coffee business had its launch. I went to a Jake Scott concert. It was my 4th year in Texas anniversary type thing. AJ and I had a little fall day that we vlogged. Our friends got engaged. I mean, that was like insane. There's a, proposal party and everything. There's just been a lot packed into one month. And so it's been really full. Like, it's been a good month. And Halloween, of course, which it's Halloween. I'll insert this Issa Beaton quote that I really like, because it talks about how like you need events for duration to hold for time to cling to, basically. As much as it's been kind of overwhelming with the cost and kind of busy, and for me, I'm an introvert, so I need reset days. Like, I need full-on breaks from like social things, and I think that's why church has been kind of slipping, which has been something that I don't like. I don't think went to church at all this October. We were so good about it too. We were really in the group of going, and I don't know, it's like as soon as one thing stops you from going one week, then it's just kind of a ripple effect, and it's so easy to get back into that COVID mindset of like, oh, like we don't need to go to church. But I think it has been kind of because our social calendar has been so full, and not like it's like crazy full, but it's just been busy. So I think we both, by the time Sunday and the weekend starts to end, we're just kind of like, oh, we just need to like sleep in. Also with October, if you ask me how my goals for October went, I would also say bad. I don't even remember what half of my goals were. I know that one of them was supposed to blog post and I did not do that. What was my other goals? I don't even know. And so I think going into November, sticking with one verse, kind of like I did for October, which I think that was really good, or doing an actual just goal, one goal that I have for November. Like journaling, 1 sentence a day. I did that really well in September, but I did not in October. I started really strong. I think I just had too much. There was just too much. So I think for my next like goals, I do need to narrow it down and just do like simplify things basically. I need to simplify things. Marriage has been going really good. We are at, ooh, I'm gonna sound like a mom with like a toddler. 14 months now, right? I think, yeah, 14 months of marriage, so a little over a year. It's been really good. I think one of my favorite parts right now is I don't feel like anyone tells you like how good it feels to see your partner grow and know that you're helping them, and to see like your strengths being used to help your partner and the other way around. Like AJ has been helping me grow in so many ways, which a common theme this October has been me talking about stress, and I've been really trying to tackle that, and I have a therapist and we're talking about that. And AJ has been also helping me because the way he thinks is in a way that makes life less stressful. It's very good for me to see that and to learn from him, and the other way around, like I'm able to help him be more empathetic and sensitive and like feel his emotions and stuff, where he would normally just be a little bit cold or brush things off or not think twice about something. So in a good way, I help him overthink. And in a good way for me, AJ helps me only think once. We've been going on walks. I made a habit tracker for AJ, and one of the things on there is getting movement, and walks is a big thing. AJ's been doing a really good job at going on walks, and it's been a lot easier now that he's gotten more in the groove of it too. He doesn't wear his headphones anymore, and we just walk around and chat. And I've also noticed he's been doing a lot better at asking me questions, because I feel like a lot of girls are like this, where you want someone to ask you questions. I know it's been hard for AJ to remember to do that, but he's been actually doing a pretty good job lately. I'm excited for the walks to hopefully become a regular thing, and I hope he like learns to like them a little bit more, because as much as he's doing them, I know that he doesn't completely love them. I am taking full advantage of the walks right now, so I've been loving it. What else about marriage? It really is a lot of work, and it's not like hard work all the time. Like it definitely is that, but I think it's just like a daily grind. It's like going on a run every day or going to work out. It's like you always have to do that, and if you stop doing that, it's gonna be harder to like, you're just gonna make it harder on yourself in the long run. I think it's just that kind of constant habitual discipline that marriage is. It's like, I didn't realize just how much it would be like this, like working out, you know, and it's like this, you know, and you keep going, you keep changing, you keep working on yourself, on each other. Obviously, God is at the center of all of it, and I think that is, I can see now what older couples would tell us about keeping God, like God is at the center and matters most, because it keeps things balanced. As much as I, you know, depend on AJ for things and trust him. When we grew up as kids, we used to call, like, we had like the power source. And I feel like the power source of our marriage is our relationship with God, and just praying for each other, getting close to God, and depending on him and leaning on him for our strength and all of that. Oh, sorry, I feel like I'm out of focus half the time. That's always a hard thing too, is to, for us, has been trying to incorporate that in, especially with like us not being as great at going to church. But it is the best thing, because I can point AJ to the Lord and he can point me to the Lord, and that's really the best thing I could ask for, because AJ is not the answer to all of my problems, and I'm not the answer to AJ's problems. Yeah, I could go into more detail. Like, I feel like I'm being kind of like broad with the marriage question, but yeah, I guess that's what I would say. Let me think if I have anything else. I've been doing a lot of cooking. I have made so many meals, so much. I told my mom and AJ's mom and Pamela about this, but I was like standing at the sink and I was like, I just made like so much food this week. Like all these pans, these big pans and pots and stuff. I was like, I made a lot of food, like a lot of meals, like all of this stuff throughout the week. And it just is such a difference from what I was used to. And it's a lot of meat. Like AJ is like a full-grown man and he needs meat. That's been kind of crazy, and definitely gets, like today I have groceries being delivered and I have to plan a lot of meals and make sure we have a lot of food. Yeah, it definitely can be overwhelming at times, and I sometimes wish I could just resort back to my single life of just, you know, living day by day and not having to plan out like 5-course meals. Just kidding, my meals are not 5-course meals, but I think just like the daily responsibilities and of being a wife and of cooking, cleaning, like the classic things you always hear about, but it seems like they're so basic, but they're so hard to do. Like it can be a lot sometimes, but it also is really satisfying. I feel like I've lately been feeling a lot of purpose doing those things for AJ, and obviously we still have a lot to learn with like balancing it out. I feel like we need to figure out a good balance, I guess, with like the house chores still. I think that was this month where I cried about it. I think I was pretty overwhelmed with all of this stuff I had to do and keep track of. There's just so much that you're trying to keep track of, and I do think that AJ does need to step up a little bit more and help with some of that, but overall I feel like it's been going all right. We have our moments and we have our days, but it's been going okay. This is a classic question. My heart has been pretty good. It's been growing. I feel like I have been getting stronger and I feel more secure, and I think as marriage has gone on, it's helped me to feel more settled and like I can kind of like grow into who I'm meant to be. That doesn't mean that like, you know, you need to be married to find who you're supposed to be, because I thought that many times when I was single, you know, like and at the moment I was who I was supposed to be, you know, but I think for me at least in my journey, being married has felt like this foundation where I feel like I'm able to more fully kind of like grow further than I was on my own. It's kind of hard to see, like it's hard to let go of different parts of you, and I don't know, to change and to grow up. I think marriage has really made me grow up and it makes me wish I could have gotten married sooner, but I know that God's timing is perfect, and so I couldn't imagine like any sooner, because I think it would have made marriage a lot rougher. so yeah, I feel like my heart has just been growing, and I've been able to like listen and to actually take the things that I need to grow in and actually grow in them, instead of just like knowing what I need to do and not doing it. I actually am doing it. And I think with marriage, it's just like that person keeps you accountable because they're seeing you every single day, in every moment, in every interaction. Okay, this next question is actually one that I overheard someone ask someone else at a coffee shop, and I loved the question. I mean, one of the things was the Halloween costumes that consumed my thought. I was trying to forever think of what we should be and how to create what we should be. So I'm thankful that I don't have to think about that anymore, because I was like, why? Something that consumes my thoughts a lot is what creatively, like what I want to do. And so far, like this YouTube channel has been consuming a lot of my thoughts, honestly. Like whenever I make a video or whenever I edit, like that's really fun. I love putting together videos and sharing things, and I think it's felt really good. AJ said, he's like, I think YouTube is good for you because you can talk for a long time. I really like this. I like that I can talk and ramble on, and if you want to watch it, you can listen. And I personally love listening to people talk, so I'm excited to like share my thoughts into everything. The laundry chat has been consuming a lot of my thoughts because I feel like there's a lot of potential and it's a lot of fun. I just like it a lot, and I'm careful because I don't want to, you know, jump in too fast or overthink it, or I don't want to like mess it up, if that makes sense, or I don't know. I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. It's been a lot of fun. I would love, if you have any ideas of videos you want me to do, comment them below. I would love to keep making videos and doing them. I've just felt like a lot of peace doing it. It's just been a fun time. So it's been consuming a lot of my thoughts, trying to think of video ideas, filming, editing, and I've loved it. So let me know what videos you'd like to see next. But yeah, it takes a lot of my thoughts. I think I heard a pastor mention this question, that he like asks people this all the time. And I always liked it as a question, like how fast dishes add up. Oh, it's so annoying. I can't. Also laundry, I currently have a huge pile of laundry on the bed right now that I need to put away. Oh, well, this has been really bothering me, actually. Social media, I'm sorry that I'm bringing this up again, but spin-off. Basically, because of social media, my attention span is so bad. I feel like I can't just like sit down and think for a long period of time, or I can't like sit down to write or focus. I'm kind of like always, it's not very long before I have to do another thing and then another thing and then I switch to another thing, and it's just like making me go crazy because I just want to sit down and do one thing or get this one thing done, but I can't. And it's the stuff that matters. It's like sitting and thinking, sitting and writing, sitting and reading, and I can't do it. That's been really bothering me lately. I feel like I would get a lot more done and I'd be more productive, and there'd be breakthroughs that I'd realize or amazing thoughts I'd come to if I would just sit down to think about it or just sit down to write it. For example, again, like the fact that I was gonna do a blog post this month, like, and that I didn't do it, that definitely bothers me because I should have had time to do it. As busy as the weekends were, I should have been able to, and I think I was just distracted in those moments when I don't know. I just want my old attention span back. And I think I might have to break down and just get one of those timer or like set locks on my phone for like social media and stuff, but yeah, so that definitely has been bothering me. Well, that's all the questions that I thought of. I'm trying to think of what else I would ask a friend. I wish you could ask me a question right now. Not that you probably want to hear me ramble on and on and on, but if I was sitting across from you and you were my friend, those would be, I'm pretty sure, like the majority of the life updates that I would tell you. If you want to answer any of the questions that I asked myself, you can answer them below. I'd love to hear your answers to these questions, especially the last two. What's been bothering you and what's been consuming your thoughts lately? I should probably head out. I do actually have laundry to do and put away, so I'm gonna go do that. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me and catching up over some coffee. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, and all. I'll see you in the next video. Also, this mug is one that AJ got me. It's our first house. So cute.